Got it.
Batman. Batman and Robin. Wonder Twins plus the monkey. Wonder Twins plus the monkey and Batman.
Gift, present! Present!
What universe is that a present?
There's you and me, it's Penny and Amy. We're playing Pictionary in the present.
One of the biggest sitcoms of all time, The Big Bang Theory, almost didn't happen. In fact, the first version of the show, total disaster. You've never seen it, you can't stream it, and honestly, it's for the best. But today, First Curiosity will be diving into that forgotten, unaired pilot, the one that was so bad it forced a complete overhaul of the show. And trust us, it's weird. Like, truly, what were they thinking weird? So, why did this pilot fail? What was so horrible that they fired the original Penny? And how did the creators manage to turn a train wreck into one of the most successful sitcoms in TV history? Buckle up, because we're about to dissect a pilot that networks flat out rejected in 2006. And they were merciless about it. The disastrous pilot. The original Big Bang Theory pilot had the same general premise. Two nerdy guys, Leonard and Sheldon, meet a young woman and their world is turned upside down. Sounds familiar, right? But here's the twist. Instead of the charming, slightly naive Penny we all know, we got Kate, and she was, well, let's just say, borderline unwatchable. Katie, played by Amanda Walsh, was mean, like really mean. Audience testing confirmed that viewers actually wished she would stay away from Leonard and Sheldon. Imagine when your main female lead is being actively unrooted for. Yeah, big problem. Penny, as we know her, was bright, fun, and added warmth to the show. Katie, she was cynical, tough, and had zero chemistry with our scientific duo. It was like dropping a hurricane into a tea party. It just didn't work. But here's where it gets worse. Katie wasn't just poorly written. She had zero chemistry with Johnny Galecki and Jim Parsons. In sitcoms, that's a make-or-break factor. When actors click, jokes land, emotions resonate, and everything just works. When they don't, it's like watching someone talk to a brick wall. And that's exactly what happened here. Sitcoms thrive on character dynamics. And where there's no spark, no natural rhythm within the cast, every punchline takes a nosedive. It's why some shows feel effortless while others feel forced. Chemistry isn't something you can fake. You either have it or you don't. And in this pilot, they really didn't have it. Now, let's talk about Sheldon, or rather, the bizarre version of Sheldon that existed in this pilot. He wasn't the socially oblivious, hyper-intelligent character we all love, or love to hate and fail. Instead, they made him kind of creepy. This version of Sheldon had romantic desires right from the start, making him feel more like a socially frustrated outcast than a quirky genius. He wasn't the unique, iconic character we ended up getting. He was basically just a second Leonard. And two Leonards? Yeah, that's a no from us. Oh, and get this, there was no Howard and Raj. Instead, there was Gilda, a female character who was supposed to be another love interest. Newsflash, she was completely unnecessary. Her presence messed up the pacing, convoluted the story, and made everything feel awkward. Gilda was basically the pilot's failed attempt at adding more complexity, but instead, she just dragged it down. Fun fact, 3 seasons later, Gilda's character would come back, just with a new name. Yep, she basically became Amy Farrah Fowler. Without Howard and Raj, the show lacked the friendship dynamic that made The Big Bang Theory so endearing. The banter, the camaraderie, the various personality clashes, all of it was missing. Instead, the original concept leaned too much into a generic battle of the sexes dynamic, which felt tired and uninspired. And let's be real, without Howard's over-the-top flirting and Raj's selective mutism, would it really have been The Big Bang Theory? The Big Fix. How the show became a cultural phenomenon. So how did Chuck Lorre and his team fix this disaster? Simple. They listened. Instead of doubling down on the pilot, they took feedback, scrapped what didn't work, and completely reworked the show. And this made all the difference, as most studios don't get such a lifeline. The fact that they did is a minor miracle. They replaced Katie with Penny. This time, the girl was sweet, funny, and relatable. They fixed Sheldon, making him more eccentric and less romantically inclined. They cut Gilda and added Howard and Raj, which gave the show that perfect friendship dynamic. And most importantly, they found the right chemistry between characters, making sure the actors played off each other in a way that felt natural and fun. Lo and behold, that second pilot, boom, CBS picked it up. And the rest is history. The Big Bang Theory became one of the most successful sitcoms ever, proving that sometimes failure is just the first step toward greatness. The show ran for 12 seasons, won multiple awards, and became a cultural phenomenon. Not bad for a project that almost never made it past the cutting room floor. This entire situation is one of the best examples of why adaptability is key in entertainment and, honestly, in any creative field. The first draft of something is rarely the best version. The willingness to evolve, to take a step back and refine an idea, is what separates success from failure. It's a lesson that extends beyond TV. Feedback matters, so just listen. It doesn't mean you're wrong, but if multiple people are pointing out the same problem, maybe it's worth a second look. Because if Chuck Lorre had ignored the criticism and stuck to his original vision, The Big Bang Theory would have never made it past that first awful pilot. That's a lesson worth remembering. Failure isn't the end, it's just the first draft of success. So, what do you think? Would you have watched the original version of The Big Bang Theory? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe to First Curiosity, and hit that notification bell for more untold stories about TV shows.